Section 5.2. Using other models to add fractions. Like a number line and fraction strips will be the two most popular other models to use. Here we have a fraction strip. And all they are, you can use strips of paper as long as they're all consistent. And in this case, one whole is represented by this line. If I wanted to show two whole, I'd have to copy that and join it together. That will give me 2. This one right here is 1/2 because it is half of the whole. This one here is 1/3 of the whole. And this is 1/4. And this is 1, and so on. If I wanted 2/5, I'd have to go ahead and copy and paste it and join 2 of them together. And that's 2/5. Of course, if I put 5 of them there, I should have 5/5 or 1 whole. So that's basically how these fraction strips will work. Okay, and it goes right down to 1/12. So this is 1/12. Now we're going to try to add fractions using fraction strips and number lines. Okay, so here's what we're going to be given. We're going to be given 2 of the thirds. So here's 1/3, 2/3. Okay, so I've got that here, 2/3 put together. And then I'm going to add 1/2. So here's my half. Okay, obviously it's smaller than 2/3. So there it is right there. Now I have 2/3 plus 1/2. But how am I going to know exactly how much that is as a fraction? Okay. Well, when I put it together, I am going to need to use a number line for that. So I'll show you that one there now. So here's my 2/3 and here's my 1/2. What you need to do then is get a number lines that are split into halves and thirds and sixths, and you might even need even more than sixths. It all depends. So here's what I've got. This here number line right here is halves, so I'm going to place that right down at the beginning and put my pieces on the number line. So there it is right there, and obviously it's too big, so I'm going to get another half. So if this is 2 out of 2, this is 3/2, and this is 2. And I'll join that onto my number line, but as you can see, the end of it right here is not lining up with the halves, is it? Okay, and you could kind of tell just by looking that it's not going to line up with halves because it would have to be way over here somewhere. So that's no good. So halves are no good to use as our number line. So let's try thirds. So if I put my thirds up there, okay, now all the way to here, it's going to be greater than 1. So I'm going to need, this is 3/3. My next one should be 4/3. But as you can tell, 4/3 is right here. And when I line it up, it's not going to line up there on the thirds at all. So thirds are no good to use either. So I'm going to have to take the next one. Let's try sixths. So I put my sixth lined up right there, my strip right on the sixth. And then I'll notice that, oh, I'm going to need more than 1 whole. So now I have 7/6, 8/6, 9/6. So I just make sure my number line's big enough. And lo and behold, when I put it there, okay, and you notice here, this is 6/6, or exactly 1 whole. This would be 7/6. So my answer to that question, what is 2/3 plus 1/2? The answer is going to be 7/6, or it's going to be greater than 1 whole in this case. Let's try it again, but this time we'll use even smaller ones that'll fit just on one number line. So I got half plus a third. Now if I take my half right here, I'll add it to my third fraction strip, put them together, and then I'm going to try my half number line first. So in other words, my number line that's broken up into a half. I'll try that, and obviously, nope, the end of it does not fall on any of the marks. So half is no good We're going to have to try a different one. Let's try thirds. Put that up there, line it up. Nope, it's not going to line up with thirds. Try sixths. Put that there, line it up nicely, and look at that. Right at the end, lines up perfectly with 5/6. So, my answer to this one is 5/6. If you wanted to check your answer, we'll do that in the next one, but if you wanted to check your answer, you'd have to work this out manually.